Hey guys, it's James with TuroTales. Welcome back to another exciting edition. This one today is special. This one is particularly important because of how much time it's going to save you. So today we're going to introduce you to how we don't do any of our communication and still get great reviews, and it's all automated. So we're going to just jump right in. It's a system called Street Smarts. Some friends, Corey and Zach and Philip, are the brains behind this. They have some full-time individuals working on this. They don't do anything else but this job. And we're going to explain to you why we use it and why you should use it as well. And we'll also give you a month to check it out. It's really 2 months because you're going to get 1 month for free, and then you're not going to pay it for the second month. So how you can try it out and see if it's something that's going to work for you before you commit to something that you don't necessarily want to do. Now we'll talk through this, and let me minimize this down, and we'll pull up Street Smarts. So I will pull up another window here, and you're going to type in streetsmarts.io to get there, and then I'll give you my code that will let them know that I sent you, as well as give you that free month off as well. So if we log into streetsmarts.io normally, this is the page you're going to get, and on this page here, let me move that crap out of the way. It's going to tell you to get started. These are some of the things that it does: calendar sync, messaging, remote handoffs. You can see they've had $4 million in reservations booked. They've been doing it for a while. This works not only for Turo, it works for GetAround. You can track your vehicles with either of these trackers and a few other ones that we don't use. These are some people that have actually loved it. I think mine will pop up here in a minute if I left it. Let's get back up here. You'd click on Get Started, and then normally that's going to take you in there. If it's your first time, you're going to get a pop-up, and it's going to say, "Welcome. Would you like to be shown around?" And you can go in there and have an idea. These are the brains behind it. These are some of their team members: Corey, Zach. I don't know Mike. Mike, hello if you're watching this. But they're going to respond to you usually within minutes, but definitely within a day. And like I said, it's usually faster than that. Now, they've made this system a lot more robust than it has been in the past. So first thing when you log in, you're going to have this account up here. It's going to have a picture of you, your Turo information, contact information. It's going to have you link in. You're going to have to use Gmail. And basically when Turo, some people say I pronounce it weird. When Turo, the company, right there in the middle, when it emails you at your personal email address that you have set up, then you will have to link Gmail into it. So there's a few steps in order to get that started, and I'll have a little bit more details on this in our Patreon for our subscribers. Automatic, you can see we have an automatic account. We also have Zuby. If you have GetAround where you're at, then they can connect to that, and you can manage both calendars at the same time. Viper is another GPS tracker that allows for full control. You can have remote start on it. You can have engine kill. You can unlock the doors. So it's a little bit more robust than the automatic or the Zubies that we have. And I think the automatic has an issue. So there's maybe only a few spots left for automatic until automatic, the company, opens it up to more. And another cool thing is you can connect to your toll provider. So if tolls is something that comes in quite frequently, then, excuse me, you can pop that in there, log into your account information, and they will automatically charge your renters for it as well as their fee, and it's all automated, so you don't have to. I mean, we don't have a lot of tolls where we live, but we get red light cameras quite frequently, and then every once in a while, if they drive out of town, we'll get these charges. And a lot of times the renters, even if they want to pay these tolls, they just can't. So having something like this set up where you don't have to do it is great. Another cool thing about this, and I'm going to kind of keep some of this stuff just for our Patreon subscribers so they can see exactly how these vehicles are renting out, but it's going to show you your total revenue. It's going to show you how, so right now, for example, total is $21.31. Unrealized is $1,200. We're just early in the month of November, so we've already earned $915. Now, it's important to remember that these numbers don't include things like gas reimbursements. It doesn't include any damages. It doesn't include smoking fees. So this is just the revenue based on the vehicles themselves. And it'll tell you that in September, I made $71 a day. In October, $112 a day. And that's a really key metric to understand kind of what your time's worth. And on those days when you're like, you know what? Screw this. This is not worth my time. You can say, well, are you getting $112 a day in semi-passive income? Yes or no? And kind of know if it's working out for you. You can also see the utilization rate, how often your vehicle is booked. Now, these numbers generally go hand in hand, but that utilization rate's helpful for you to understand when you're tracking months. If you do this for multiple years, you can kind of get an idea of what to expect for each month, and then start pricing it appropriately. Now you'll notice that over here, I'm just going to show you one vehicle. For those Patreon subscribers who are supporting us, we're going to have another video on this. It's going to go much more into depth, and we're going to show you all of our vehicles so you can kind of know what you should rent. So those terrains that we have that we're leasing show you exactly how they're renting out per day and what kind of fees we're getting and the mileage on that as well. But it's got some nice indicators here: days utilized, utilization rate, total revenue, realized revenue, unrealized revenue. So it's very, very in depth on what it does. So let's take this car in October. It had a 70% utilization rate. Let me scroll up just a little bit. And this has made my screen a little bit funky. So let me just bear with me while I scroll this over. There we go. All right. So October. This is the last full month we had. We had a utilization rate of 71% on this. We made $632 on this crappy piece of crap car. Realized all of that. If basically the realized would be as if you had bookings that came in and you didn't fulfill them. So that would be unrealized revenue. Average revenue per day on that vehicle is $20 a day. And you can see it's rented out for $70 a day. Average, this car gets rented out is about 3.5-4 days. So you can see kind of how long these vehicles are. Our minivans get rented out for longer periods of time, but they have lower utilization, so it's a little bit less work. Average revenue per reservation. So I can see when somebody books this car, how much that I'm getting per reservation. And those numbers are really key in helping you decide what to move forward with. Now, when you click on your vehicles here, you're going to have them here, and you can actually go in and see all your reservations. You can go down and also change the messaging options, which we're going to just kind of preview for you. And then for those that support us on Patreon, you're going to get a full list of all of our exact messages, how we do it all. You can see reservations, what we have coming up. You can see the messages. We're going to go into those. You can also just, if you want to have one-stop shopping here, you can pretty much do everything from Street Smarts without having to access Turo, other than like in the messaging app. Normally we'll use that ourselves. Now this pricing tool is, I think, why people use this, and it saves you money. The pricing tool here, you can select all your cars. You can select one of your cars, however you want to do. I'm going to select this car. This car we're going to take off the market. But you can see that on this vehicle here, 2006 Grand Caravan, if I want to make my distant limit overage at 3 miles or $3 per mile, I can do that. If I want to change the daily distance allowed, I can do that. I can do it all in one place. The weekly distance, monthly distance, I can do all that right here. I can also change the base price, and if they do the weekly and the monthly. Now, all that stuff you can already do on Turo, so what does this matter? Well, I know that based on my utilization and looking at my calendar, I know what days book more, and Tuesdays and Wednesdays aren't so hot, right? Mondays usually get people returning the car. Weekends are pretty good. Thursdays are great. So I've actually gone in here and I can adjust the rate so that on Mondays, I want it to be an additional 15% based off that base rate. So it'll take the 15% of my base rate price of $29 and it'll put that in there. I'm not going to go into kind of our secret sauce, but another big one is holidays. Holidays will show you that, hey, every holiday I want to charge $10 more. Or, hey, on holidays I'm a really kind person and I just don't like money that much. Let me reduce it by $100, and I can go in there and reduce it by $100. Save it when you're done, and then that will propagate over the next 3 months So 3 months for everything else except for holidays. So it does 3 months for all the individual days, and then for the holidays, it does, which is a 12 months out, it does 12 months all the way down. You can also see what the price is going to be once I get that done. So, for example, I really don't like renting cars out on Sundays. It takes away from my day with my family. So I charge a premium for it. If you want me to get out of bed to go do that, it's going to be $33. And then also weekends are a little bit more expensive just because we get more bookings that way. And so you can adjust it. Here's a list of all the holidays you want to do it. If I don't know, if you don't believe that April Fool's Day or Groundhog Day is really worth it, or maybe you think that Columbus Day is no good, then you can go in here and remove the days that you don't really care for, raising the prices more, and it'll be dependent on your market and what you have. Now, what is the cost of all this, you might ask? The cost, let me see, I'll pull it up here for you here momentarily. Right down here. Pricing and payment. So pricing and payment is right here as it reads. For 1 to 10 vehicles, it's $15 per vehicle. So if you rent your car out one time, you are already making this back. Up to 11 vehicles, then after 11 vehicles, it goes down to $10 per vehicle. Right, so we pay $15 right now for every single one of our vehicles, and of the cars we have, they all have Street Smarts attached to it. Now, for the cars, I don't want to go into my payment information or anything crazy like that. Let me just move that up for a second. Quit being sneaky so I can see. All right, so like right here, we've only had 6 vehicles active on Street Smarts during this billing cycle, so we're going to get charged $90. $90 is nothing for what it's giving us. For what it's giving us, it's nothing. So we are more than happy to pay that. That is fine for us, and you can enter your payment information down here, and you can change that as needed. We love it. Street Smarts is the best. We can also change requests. So we often will get people that want to extend, right? So right now you can say, no, I don't want to accept change requests automatically. I want to look at every single one. You can accept all of them. You can accept only the ones that don't extend. You can accept all of them, but unless the location changes, which is we have set up, because that can sometimes be a pain in the butt when it automatically gets accepted, and now all of a sudden you got to drive across town. You weren't expecting to do so. So that's a pain in the butt. But these gives you all, if you want to just accept ones that are going to make you more money, sweet. Accept all with greater or equal earnings. Or if you don't want equal earnings, if they're going to make a change you want to get paid for it, you can accept all with greater earnings. And that just gives you a lot of flexibility over what you want to do. All right, so here's the great thing about this, right? It's 30 days. You get a 30-day trial. Let me make it big so that I'm appealing to you so you can see my beautiful face, and then you can want to do this more. Maybe you'll believe it more, right? So every single Turo owner that has started this service has kept it. Every single one. And they've done almost $4 million in rentals. Every single owner that has gone on here and done their 1-month trial has kept it. I know you're going to keep it because it's amazing. I'm not employed by Street Smarts. I get a referral credit, right? I don't get paid for this at all, so I don't work with them. I don't manage with them, but they are really good to work with, and they've taken even suggestions that I've personally had and sent into them. They've taken it and implemented it, and it has made a better system for all of us. So I'm James, streetsmarts.io. You're going to go ahead and log in, and when you log in, you're going to go TuroTales. Sorry. Calm down, guys. Let me back up. The time's ticking down. I'm getting nervous. If you go down here to the messaging, when you log in here, you're going to go into new conversation after you sign up, and you're going to type in TuroTales, TuroTales. Let them know that James sent you. You get your month off. It'll help us out. We really appreciate that. And then for you Patreon subscribers, those are supporting us, let us know. We're going to go on there. We're going to give you all of our messages, how those get sent out, when they get sent out, and how those make it really easy for us. As always, you can subscribe. You can support us on Patreon. And down here, we got some more videos for you guys. Thanks. Have a merry holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas. It's been 1 year for us. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you guys later. And peace. World peace. World peace, and I'd be out of a job.